Start recording. Welcome back to the Buzzer Beater podcast. I'm here with my great friend Jason Perry, a professional basketball player from Inglewood, California. We here in Swish Out in the Swiss Alps. Just
Buzzer
kidding.
Beater podcast.
We're actually in the Swiss Plateau. If you're into geography and know what I'm saying,
You already know.
you know that you actually live in the Swiss Plateau, right?
Yeah,
I'm gonna hit you with some nerdy geography facts now.
But you know it. I'm a citizen of the earth, not of
Absolutely, absolutely.
America.
Absolutely. Right before we jump into today's content, my name is Rafa. Jason here had a suggestion that I'm going to be,
Yeah, he's a baller, Middle East baller.
I'm Stats Rafa.
Yeah, everything.
So the main topic of the debate today is actually the GOAT debate, but right before we jump into that, Jason, tonight the Los Angeles Lakers, your team,
Yes.
your hometown team is
Clippers is my team too. I'm representing all the LA teams.
well, nobody is perfect, Jason. That's fine. We still love you. But so
Don't love me, love LA.
tonight, I actually wish nothing but the best for the Clippers. Usually, not with the current. We'll get to that. Okay, tonight we got the Los Angeles Lakers playing in the in-season tournament, first ever in history, versus the Indiana Pacers. Jason Perry, give us your predictions and give us your wishes.
Of course, my wish is always for Los Angeles to win. LA, LeBron is 38. He's under Michael Jordan, of course. AD is doing his thing. Even when he scores 15 or 16 points in a game, he still has 15 rebounds. So he's a presence down low, 3 blocks. Indiana's gonna be tough, even though Hartebo, or how you say his name?
Halliburton.
Horrible. He's a great point. He's a slow. His game remind me of like Malcolm Brogdon, but
Bro.
I think he's a better passer. They shot is so slow. I don't even understand how you get that off, but they control the game. They know how to control the whole game. They controlling the ball, not really moves, but a nice shot, step back. Horrible, whatever his name is, he's going to control the game. But LeBron steps up for games like this. So of course the Lakers go in.
So
The Lakers by 7.
right before I give my prediction, I'm gonna say that I wish for the Lakers to win. Because as everyone here is about to find out, I'm a huge LeBron fan. You're not gonna find as many people who loves LeBron as much as I do.
That's the difference between me and you. You're a LeBron fan. I'm a Lakers fan.
Well, one sec, and that's okay, And but this is my take about the game tonight. So I've been watching a little bit Indiana Pacers this season. I'm assuming most of the people who's going to listen to it haven't, and that's fine. This is a very young team. This is not a team that
What's their record?
they're
Like
fourth in the East,
12-7?
if I'm not mistaken.
They like 12-7 or something.
They're fourth in the East, if I'm not mistaken. Let me have a look. But regardless, they have the number one offense. I know that for a fact. They have they score the most points per game. They love to run. Yeah, they love running. They got a lot of young guys.
12-8.
Fifth. Sorry for that. Sorry, fifth. They have the fastest pace in the NBA. They are literally called the Pacers. So if the Lakers defense, which is a top 5, I believe, as of today, if I'm not mistaken, if the Lakers defense manages to contain the pace of the Pacers, we got ourselves a ball game. If the Lakers are going to try to outrun the Pacers, they're going to lose this game.
I'm gonna make it more simpler. If Miles Turner balls, the game is gonna be tough.
I don't
Because he actually used to be a 20-10 guy.
First of all, I think Miles Turner is hugely underrated in this league. Hugely.
For sure. But he ain't consistent anymore. That's the problem.
I don't think he needs to be. I think it's more of a question of what's the Lakers' play game against Tyrese Halliburton. Because obviously this guy controls the
Lakers
goddamn
defense
court.
is terrible. Let's just get it.
Lakers' defense is actually good, Jason. Their offense is the one that's struggling. Wait, NBA teams.
No, defense is good when AD is down there beating shit up. grabbing it off
Absolutely.
the back. And when Westbrook, I don't know, Westbrook minutes are tricky. I don't know what Darvin be doing sometime. I'm talking about Westbrook. Westbrook ain't even on the Lakers no more.
The Los Angeles Lakers have the 7th best defense in the NBA.
Wait. How did I get to the Clippers with Westbrook? I've been on all the LA teams.
All right, let me give you that, Jason. You ready?
No.
The Lakers are 7th best defense in the NBA.
The NBA.
In the NBA.
That's mainly because of Anthony Davis.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We know that. By the way, LeBron had 5 steals in the last game at the age of 39. We're going to get to that. Indiana is 28. Indiana is
Why did
28 in
Little Wayne
defense.
talk about giving up? What was the purpose of saying maybe we should give up AD when he was the top 3 centers in the league?
Who said that?
Who cares? Little Wayne said it.
Wait,
Lil
I
Wayne's
don't.
a rapper.
That's the thing.
Why would he say that?
What? Okay, because there's the narrative of like, oh, AD doesn't give you 30 every game, so like blah blah. Obviously, like the Lakers have proven what they think about AD by paying him, I don't know, 160 million for 3 years.
He's still grabbing mad boards every game.
I think as long as LeBron can score at this level, AD doesn't have to become the primary scorer on this team. Whenever he score, they win. Whenever he score a lot of points, they usually win. Didn't even check that. I just tell you by watching the Lakers so much.
But you know why? Because the league is built off now. It's 3-point shots. So when they actually keep going to him, then he catches 3 or 4 lobs, and then they start passing the ball. Oh, AD hot.
Absolutely.
Then he's scoring.
So
he's scoring.
So I just want. So I just want one more second. So Indiana has the 28th best defense in the NBA, meaning they're worst. They're almost the worst defense in the NBA. Nevertheless, best offense in the NBA. So saying again, if Lakers can control the pace tonight, I think they got themselves a win. If not, I'm feeling heavily a little bit more towards the Pacers. I feel like they have the best player in this game. With all mad respect for LeBron. Tyrese Halliburton, the way he plays right now, I think he had 15 assists and zero turnovers.
Well, if you let's just say, if you made a $10,000 bet in Vegas, who would you bet on?
Indiana Pacers.
Tomorrow.
Indiana Pacers. Yeah.
Put 10,000 on over the Lakers on the Pacers.
I would. I might hate myself in like 4 hours.
But tomorrow we will see. We will see your loss. Just fantasy bet. Fantasy bet.
Would you put 10,000 on the Lakers,
if
Mr. Perry?
Tomorrow, over the Pacers, yes. And like you said, the Lakers are the 7th best defense. But
did you watch the Pacers?
If AD have a great game, I'm not expecting Miles Turner to have a great game. I'm expecting AD to have a great game, and Reeves. These are the difference. When Reeves has a good game,
I tell you,
Russell is, I don't know. Russell is
absolutely. Reeves has been fantastic off the bench. I think this role complements him much more than
that was too much
starting.
for him starting.
Yeah, giving him this, running the second unit, this energy he brings off the bench is definitely beneficial for the Lakers. It's definitely the way to go. I think everybody agrees on that, even himself, I think. Just to say, I've been watching Halliburton knocks out.
You seen he made an expression was like, dude, I need to come off the bench.
I have no idea. I didn't look into it too much. I just.
No, you have your opinion. You can say that. Like, I feel like that. But it's true. Like, he's doing better off the bench right now.
Absolutely. He needs to be their third best player in order for them to contend. Anyhow, just regarding the last thing I want to say about this. I've been watching Halliburton knocks out the Boston Celtics and the Milwaukee Bucks. And I've seen both of these teams trying to slow down the pace, but they can't because Halliburton just controls what's going on in the game. And my appreciation to him right now, I just think he's going to be the best player on the court. And I hope I'm wrong.
I like his control of the game. He slows it down. But, bro, I ain't going to even lie. The game is like skill is running the game. His shot is so slow, he don't even jump. But he would hit you with a step back, not even jumping, splash. So, I don't know, bro. The game is so unexpected. But like I said,
do you know how many points they score on average?
You said they averaging the most points, right?
110? 123 points per game.
Oh, my God.
I know. That's the most in NBA history. If they keep it up, that's going to be the most in NBA history, man. That's the best offense in NBA history.
How many threes are they averaging a game?
Threes per game. Indiana Pacers.
They got to be averaging at least like 17. That's a good game. You hit 18 threes for like 40.
They're actually fourth. So Dallas is first in threes made per game. We got Boston second. And what's that?
What is the first place threes average? 18, 17?
We got Brooklyn, number 3, and we got Indiana, number 4. They're averaging 14.8 threes per game.
I don't know. It's worse than I think.
Yeah, it is. but I haven't watched enough Pacers to actually give you an in-depth analysis
No,
on.
no, no. Nobody's watching the
I
Pacers that
know,
much.
I know.
So it's okay.
Non-apologetic about it. I'm not going to be
Early
apologetic.
bird, it's okay.
All right, so let's jump straight into today's content. And without further ado, we're going to jump into the GOAT debate.
Yes,
The overchewed, the almost political GOAT debate.
the GOAT debate.
And I'm gonna let Age start here. I'm gonna let Mr. Jason Perry give me his take about the GOAT debate, who he thinks is the greatest player of all time and why.
So, you want me to start by stats or just purely off my experience?
First, tell us who is the GOAT.
I mean, clearly. Wait, how old are you? I'm 40.
I'm 33.
So you're 7 years younger. I don't even know if you got to see Mike.
I did not.
I know when I was younger, I hated Chicago because my dad was a Laker fan, and I'm watching every year Michael Jordan eliminate the Lakers. I guess that was Magic's older time.
I don't think they ever met in the finals, right?
No, not the finals. It was just like no, yeah, they did. In
No,
the finals, in Magic older years, right?
I don't think so.
I remember Michael Jordan putting out the Lakers maybe 2 or 3 times, bro. Lakers made it to the 2 times at least. And I remember seeing that game. I hope I remembered it. I was a kid.
Let me have a look.
1993 finals. Michael Jordan, 41 points per game.
I think you might be right. I'm sorry, sir. It's two.
I'm 7 years older than you, bro. That's all I want to say.
They actually eliminated the Lakers in the finals?
Yeah, man. I remember seeing that, crying. I cried as a kid. For real. Like I would have to be like 6 or 7. I remember seeing it. Like, I hated Jordan. Like, why he putting LA out? Because my daddy loved the Lakers. And he was from Arkansas.
Which year did so Mike got his first chip at 1991?
Yeah, something like that. He won 90 through 93, I think, and then he won like 94 to 97 or something like that. I don't know. I know he was the man.
Let me have a look. All right, so you got Mike as there we go.
Let me show you what you sent me.
There we go.
Michael Jordan, 41 points in the playoffs. I think the whole debate is like, it's not because Jordan's a scorer. Let's just get it. Jordan was scoring. LeBron's like a Magic Johnson, averaging more points. I think the debate don't even come down to stats anymore. It comes down to, for me, Jordan changed basketball. He made it more popular to the whole world, right? LeBron's just LeBron is breaking records. Jordan didn't come out of high school. What is it, 2 years at Carolina, 2 or 3 years? LeBron came at 18. Jordan hit the league at like 21, 22. So when you talk about the GOAT, Jordan changed basketball. He made it okay to come out of high school.
I'm all ear.
Go ahead.
So I'm first going to say a few good things for your argument. First of all, it's a good debate to have because there is so much context to be having about this debate. Let's start with the fact that Michael Jordan had, I think, 10 scoring titles. He has, let me have a quick look. He has a higher
30 shots, though. I can't lie about that. He took a lot of shots. He was off.
He was almost as efficient as LeBron. I'm pretty surprised he didn't bring up the 6 rings debate. The 6 rings argument, sorry. This is one of the things that I would love to kind of debunk. So here's my biggest issue with Michael Jordan, people who claim MJ is the GOAT. The 6 finals, right? We're not mentioning here all the years that Mike didn't get to the finals, that he actually got eliminated by the Celtics, by the Detroit Pistons, as if we give him more credit for not even getting there than we do give credit to LeBron for carrying these shitty teams all the way to the finals.
That's true. I was watching that when LeBron came in the league. He was carrying the whole team to the finals.
Teams who had no business being in the finals.
He had Jonas Ilgauskas. And don't get me wrong, Ilgauskas was okay, but LeBron was, yeah.
I truly believe that if Mike would not retire these 2 years and would actually go on to win 8, I don't think there would be any debate. But since we're not debating ifs and what ifs and whatever.
Let's just be clear though. Michael Jordan thought he could do everything. He thought he can come back to baseball.
There are many conspiracies about it.
Baseball.
There are many conspiracies about it. Some relate to
the pros.
Yeah.
They sent him to the minors. Okay.
There are many conspiracies about it. There's some of them that he got suspended because of gambling or something, and the league kind of wanted to cover it up. I don't know. I'm not gonna make any claims.
Gambling don't black out your stats for baseball. He got sent to the minors.
So let's look at the
I
dry
was happy about baseball too at one point.
let's look at the dry stats, right? So Mike got 6 chips, LeBron got 4. LeBron has got more finals appearances, which for some reason is not mentioned as an accolade. Like if you look at soccer, right? Like if you're the
How many years was Jordan in the league though? Compared to LeBron.
yeah, he was less
LeBron
years
been
in
in
the
the
league.
league,
Let me have a
what,
look.
21 years? I think Jordan played like 18 seasons.
Let me have a
I'd be
look.
off the top of the head, just
1,
off
2, 3,
because
4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 seasons in the NBA.
Jordan.
Correct.
See, and LeBron is what? He on his 20th season, I think.
Absolutely. And this is part of the reason why you're going to lose this debate, because at the end of the day, we're going to look at things like I think one of the graphics I sent you or I did not send you.
Longevity, or are we talking about the
Correct.
greatest player to play the game?
Correct. So I think it's pretty clear to even LeBron fans that if we talk about a pick, who picked the highest? Obviously, it's MJ. Like if you look at, I think it's most 40 points game in playoffs history or whatever.
So if you was to restart it and take these players at their prime after they really retired, as if we are immortal, you taking LeBron or MJ?
If I'm starting a team and they're both in their primes,
They're both in their prime. No, we're going further than that. Like LeBron, MJ, these are their, legendary stats. You can take them again. Who would you take first pick? I'm talking about they made their career. Now we can pick them again in their prime. You taking LeBron or MJ?
one sec. Something happened with my camera.
Yeah, yours died out. I can't see you.
Can you see me now?
Yeah.
Here I am. So
You heard my question.
I did, sir. Let's hold on a minute. So you're
Don't
saying
look stat-wise. Tell me who you love.
okay?
This
So
is
I tell you why
fantasy-
your
this
question is.
fantasy pick again.
Let me tell you why your question is unfair, and then let me answer your question. So I would choose Michael Jordan because he was a better player at his prime than LeBron James probably. And I might be wrong about that. But we're talking about the greatest, right? And we talk about greatness. We have to ask the question, does longevity plays a part here? And if it does, then I don't think there is a debate to the fact that LeBron James is the greatest player of all time. And even this 10 years run that got completely demolished by I'll call it KD's Warriors, which is a team that I'm really sorry, but I don't even think MJ would beat.
Yeah. No, they was unfair.
That was unfair. That completely ruined LeBron's legacy. He would
was
easily have another ring if it wasn't for that.
They changed it was so unfair that Kevin Durant didn't feel like his scoring legendary would be even on. So yeah,
Do you want to hear something interesting that probably not many people remember? It was kind of bad karma for LeBron because CP3, Chris Paul, he was the president of the Players Association when they were negotiating the 2017 salary cap spike. So LeBron and CP3 were the biggest pushers for this spike. So the players will basically get a little bit more money for the league's earnings from TV or whatever.
Yeah.
So
It's more like they earned so much money, more money. Just off
I think the salary cap was around 100 mil before that, and right when KD became a free agent, it turned into 125 or something, which basically allowed the Warriors to sign KD. And like the biggest pushers to get the salary cap higher, CP3 and LeBron, guess who suffered the most from KD going to the Warriors? CP3 and LeBron. The both players that actually kind of made this move possible. KD couldn't go to the Warriors.
So NBA position wise, yeah.
Yeah, so like
They made it harder for themselves.
Exactly. That's
going to the Warriors.
That's what I'm trying to say. So if it wasn't for them pushing so hard for the salary cap spike, KD cannot go to the Warriors in 2017. Hence, CP3 and LeBron doesn't have to face the KD Warriors in those years. And we have a completely different history of NBA.
NBA have this spiked, is rigged, whatever you want to call it, somehow. Not in so much the games, but I mean, when you want to get to that level, I just seen something like the referee that who Chris Paul got into it with. He was the head referee for the Phoenix, and what happened? Yeah, I don't know.
Scott Foster, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't think he should be refereeing anymore in Chris Paul games. I think like the NBA needs to put a stop to it. That's just my personal take. But hey, let's go back to the GOAT debate for a second because
Yeah, you're right.
we
My
got
bad.
drifted away for a
No,
second.
topic. So
So
much.
all defensive selections, MJ got 9, LeBron got 6. Win shares, players efficiency rating. Some sources says that MJ is actually a little bit higher than LeBron. I'm gonna need to look into it. So obviously there are valid points to be made for MJ. Nevertheless, I'm gonna repeat my point here that if longevity is a part of it, LeBron is the GOAT.
Once you say there's one GOAT, you can't come with another.
Well,
The GOAT don't change. You know what I'm saying?
it's the
Even
question of
wise, even longevity, you can't change the GOAT.
the question is like
Maybe Chris Brown have more albums than Michael Jackson, but you can never say, yeah, that's stretching it. But my point being made, like, yeah, I don't know. A GOAT is it's a hard debate. But
it's a very hard debate. It's a very hard debate. And obviously here, I actually have, you're not seeing it right now, but whoever is going to watch the video is actually going to see that. I actually put the stats of their picks, the pick of MJ versus the pick of LBJ. And it's pretty clear that the pick of MJ was a little bit better than the pick of LeBron. So he was averaging more points. LeBron was averaging more assists.
They said MJ was glowing on the court when they was facing him. Iverson, they was like, dude, when I first faced MJ, he was glowing. Bro, I used to be on that court with just like some players that had the hype, you know, even come from high school that already went to the NBA. And it was like, some of them you was like, that's gas. But then some of you was like, wow.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Mr. Perry. That's the last time I'm gonna call it that. Is there anything LeBron can do to change your mind about the GOAT debate?
No, not at all. Because MJ, he made basketball popular. It wouldn't even be the money situations if MJ didn't like, oh, whoa, MJ made this much money for Nike or this much money for this team or this. And okay, LeBron comes in more, you know, more credible skill-wise, but MJ had already set the standard for basketball is. So and then I'm talking off the court too, but like in the minds, like, no, MJ already did it. LeBron can only continue it. Like when you talk about history, 50 years from now, niggas were gonna still say MJ before LeBron. I hope.
I think when it's all said and done and the whole dust settles and LeBron actually retires and immortalizes himself as another all-time great, I think there's gonna be no question. Because the length of the time, if I would tell you 20 years ago, in 2003, when the kid out of Akron was elected the first round pick by the Cleveland Cavaliers, if I would tell you that this guy is still dominating the NBA 20 years later, you would tell me, bro, you're crazy. You're crazy.
Man, we talking about, I think when you talk about the future, that's looking back on history, stat-wise, LeBron gonna have it, but impact-wise, he not. Jordan's still gonna be cracking 30 years from now.
I absolutely agree with you, but that comes back again to the question of what is greatness, right?
I'm talking about impact. And that, bro, that whole stuff is leading to my questions for you. Last time you had your questions for me, I'm not going to ask you all of them, but when I just want your perspective on what is greatness or what is to be great in this sport. Last time, you know, you asked me the questions about the teams and the players' impact. If you would allow it, I have some questions for you I wrote down. I just would love to hear your answers about them. And it's all about basketball.
Go ahead.
So the first one is, and this is about this is about basketball. The first one is, for you, who had the most impact on NBA history? Player.
Obviously, Michael Jordan.
Okay. After you narrow it down, the third comes to two people. Who? Who's the best two? Give me the two of the greatest NBA players.
Well, that's for sure MJ and LeBron, right?
Some people would throw Kobe in there, but over LeBron.
Here's one of my quick answers to the Kobe argument, and here you have it. So Kobe is picked by the Lakers in 1996, one of the greatest drafts the NBA has ever known. On his fourth year, he gets Shaq as his teammate. An all-time great, a dominant force that we have never seen and maybe never will see in the NBA. He won 3 championships with him.
I know where you're going with this.
Wait.
Go ahead.
He's not the finals MVP of this series. None of them. All of them was Shaq, which, in my opinion, like, I don't think there is any player in NBA history, if you put LeBron with perhaps MJ, and LeBron doesn't win Finals MVP. That's my only point to be made here about like why Kobe can't even be in this debate. And hey, I name my son Kobe.
So you can basically you're replacing Kobe with LeBron. I would do that too. I would do that too. Okay, absolutely. I got you. I would do that too.
Full of love for Kobe. Kobe.
Yeah. We were selling Lakers tickets when I was in high school. We had, I don't know, somehow the coach, whatever. I met Kobe, Shaq, Rick Fox. I met the whole Lakers
You and
team.
Kobe Bryant were selling what?
No. So when I was in high school, I was playing for Inglewood High School, and we had whatever deal they had, we were selling Lakers tickets.
Uh-huh.
My whole basketball team.
All right. I see.
So we ended up getting free tickets. Going backstage, I met Kobe and Shaq and Rick Fox and Derek Fisher.
Wow.
And Shaq was the coolest guy, bro. I must say that. He stopped, he shake our hand, he talked to us like Shaq was a down-to-earth person like you see now.
It's almost as if he knew his next career is going to be a commentator / a joker on TNT.
Man, he's still himself, bro. He's a joker, but he's down to earth, like the same person you see. Like, that's what he did. We was high schoolers, and yeah, compared to the other Lakers team, Shaq was a good guy. So that's what I say. But wait, we're not finished. So let's go back to these questions. Who made the most money between Kobe, Jordan, and LeBron?
Are we like adjusted to inflation and all, or like just purely who made more?
It's more the impact. I'm still going off the impact.
Well, adjusted for like inflation and ratios wise, MJ was paid an amount that is absurd in today's NBA, and I don't think would even be allowed. In 1998, he was paid, I think, $30 million, which is equivalent to a player being paid nowadays about $90 or $100 million a season. But career earnings, LeBron is a billionaire.
Yeah, for sure. All right, wait. So what would you want more? Jordan's determination or LeBron's longevity?
That's depending on what I'm trying to do, right? If I have one season I'm trying to get a one and done, I'm taking Michael Jordan.
Okay, so we start to lean towards Mike as the GOAT. Some of your answers.
Wait a second. If we are talking about if I can have him for the entirety of his career, I'm taking LeBron James. I have the opportunity to stretch that because MJ gave the Bulls like 10 years of relevancy, right? Let's say the first 2 or 3 we can't really say before he got Scottie Pippen.
Chicago's nothing now, so yeah, he really made Chicago a relevance.
And that's another problem that I have, and you haven't mentioned it today because obviously you don't want to lose this debate so fast, but you haven't mentioned the 6 rings.
No, that's coming. I mean, come on. Clearly, if you want to go to 6 rings, then Jordan. I'm
cool.
pro Jordan.
Cool. Now, before I jump and say like that's the only time we give rings that much of a weight, because if we would, then like, hey, Bill Russell. But the only time we give rings this much of an impact is when we talk about LeBron versus Mike. But nevertheless, I want to ask you the following question. So MJ gets drafted, 19?
I think something like that.
Let me have a
I was still having diapers on.
1995, forgive me. 1997 is when he gets...
97? No, he was...
85. MJ gets drafted at 85. I believe it's 87 is when he gets Scottie Pippen as his teammate. And Scottie Pippen is fair to say, top 50 player of all time?
Yeah, for sure. I think Scottie Pippen was so much underrated because Jordan was so much looked.
He almost made it to the finals with Portland after they split up.
Scottie Pippen was a great player.
Yeah.
And you see the video where he actually dunked from the free throw too? Easy.
Yeah. Wait, so let me ask you this. Is Scottie Pippen a top 30 player all time?
Yeah, I would say so.
Great.
All around, yeah.
Who's the greatest player LeBron have had his first 7-year stretch in Cleveland?
It was just Kyrie.
He didn't have Kyrie. I'm talking about the first 7 years in Cleveland. His first...
LeBron was a horse. He carried him. You could just say Jonas Zugaskis. And
I think it was like the only all-star or something.
I know they got him overrated on NBA 2K. This motherfucker get 15 rebounds on the game by himself. I was like, okay. But yeah, he had... But wait, you skipping my questions because I want to get something out of you to force you to say Jordan. Wait, let me ask you just 3 more of them. And they're going to get a little bit weird, but it's the weird question. It's the real question out of you. Not like that. Wait, hold on. Because I wrote them down. Would you rather see a young LeBron or a young Jordan?
see with my
You
own
had to pay-
eyes.
Yeah, you had to pay for it.
Well, I have seen LeBron in the All-Star game in New Orleans 2017. Obviously, I haven't seen Mike, and I wasn't. I will. I mean, that's an unfair.
That's just no. That's just coming from what you've seen. If you was there personally, what would you have to pay for to see? I mean, obviously it's fantasy, but would you rather see a young LeBron or a young Mike play?
I feel like I've been set up by you, Mr. Perry, but I'm gonna say Michael
Look,
Jordan.
man, these are straight up questions.
Michael Jordan. Here you have it. I would rather
No,
see,
it's not all.
but
It's just real
that's
questions.
unfair because I have seen LeBron in real life. I have seen him, and I haven't seen MJ.
I
So,
mean, it's just a question that makes your heart tremble. You gotta answer it. Like those, that's life. You gotta react to certain answers.
but I do
Your
think
wife put you in those questions too, and you gotta answer them. You gotta say, yeah, okay.
I do think that it is unfair though because you're asking a '90s kid who never had the chance to watch Mike plays. Who would he
I
prefer?
mean, we've seen enough video, and I don't
It's
know.
like okay, it's like me asking like I don't know. It's like me asking you who'd you rather pay to see Kyrie or Wilt or something. And I mean because you can't, then you would prefer to time travel and go see Wilt. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked.
Some of these other questions you wouldn't answer. 6'8" with bounce or 6'6" flying. I got them drink Trump questions. I'll be hearing
Six flying.
6'8". No, I said you heard the question. 6'8" with bounce or 6'6" flying.
6 with a bounce.
All right, that's LeBron. That's you. Who you rather have a side player, Pippen or Kyrie?
Who would I rather have side player?
Yeah, you rather had the Pippen or you rather had Kyrie?
Scottie Pippen because I can run 8 years with him.
All right. You want who would you want as your coach? Bulls Phil Jackson or the Lakers Phil Jackson?
Bulls Phil Jackson was obviously the Lakers Phil Jackson had more experience.
I mean, that's a hard no. It's the same guy.
It is the same guy. But do you want to tell me that first year Steve Kerr is nowadays Steve Kerr?
I mean, the first Steve Kerr was a player.
No,
Oh, you mean talking
absolutely.
about the Warriors? Man, Curry's getting old. So if you ask me, I would say I want the first Steve Kerr.
Okay.
He done got bored already. The Curry's. I watched Curry shoot every last shot, and I was like, dude, y'all just know who the ball going to.
Here is one of my biggest problems, and I've heard it in Thinking Basketball podcast. They were basically asking like, what if Scottie Pippen gets a meniscus tear in his third year? What is Michael Jordan today, and are we even including him in the GOAT debate? Let's say if the Bulls miss out on 2 of their first 3 championships. Obviously, we're not.
That's a good question. Pippenless Bulls when Jordan and like even all his main 6 years he won. And then if you want to compare that to what LeBron did, like I'm gonna give you the answer Jordan gave. It's 2 different eras.
Yeah.
Like that's a hard question. But I could say back in defense, like if you were scoring too many points, they wanted to hurt you.
Points per game,
If you was scoring on a team like that and embarrass them, they gonna hurt you.
NBA. I'm going to
Shaq.
look it up right now.
Even after little Jordan was retired, bro, what was the best basketball era for me? I'm born in 83. I'm gonna tell you, from 96 to 2010, the league was dope. Especially even after Jordan, with McGrady, Vince Carter, Iverson, Kobe. This was, for me, that was the dopest era of the league because it wasn't like, it was about skill. It was still one-on-one a little bit, but like, dude, he get past you, he gonna dunk on the whole team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now this niggas take a game. Even if you can go to the rack, Ralph, come on. I'm watching that all the time. Like, and they know you're gonna take a 3. I just watched Steph Curry 3 do it. Even though he down by 2, he gonna do 3 moves. And like they know you're gonna take a 3 for a game. That seems just so much like fake entertainment. I don't know.
All right. So, Mr. Perry, I'm going to hit you with some stats here that I'm researching myself as we speak. The viewers are actually going to see it on our screen. So, we're talking about MJ's era had more defense, right?
Yeah.
So, let me break it down, right? So,
I mean, but you can't break down the mental stats.
no, wait. You're not completely wrong. You're not completely wrong. Nowadays, NBA is okay. So, the average points per game in year 1985, sorry, when MJ gets to the NBA is 107.9, basically 108.
That was the highest team.
No, that's the average, that's the league's average of scoring, right? That gives us like kind of like an overview of how easy it was to score per season, right? So a year,
So okay.
so for about all the way up to 93, it stays at around 108. That's like the average a team scores in a basketball game in the National Basketball Association. It takes a little dip at 94, then it goes back to 108, 107, 106, 105, and then 1998, 99, 102. There's a huge dip. That's actually a year after Jordan is done with his championships. That's a year after. Now it stays kind of low, and then LeBron gets to the league at 03, 02, 03. The league's average is actually lower.
It goes low.
It's lower. It's 103.
Look, what is the average 3-point shots
Wait a sec.
attempts?
The average 3-point percentage.
Yeah, I mean attempts though.
I don't know about attempts. Wait, I'm gonna get there, but I'm making a point here. Okay, I'm getting somewhere. I'm not just hitting you with stats. So LeBron was elected. LeBron came to the league in the year where there was a huge dip in scoring. The first 2 years, it's the two lowest. Let me send it to you on WhatsApp so you can see it.
03.
I'm gonna send it to you on WhatsApp so you can actually see it as well.
Dog, I remember being in high school. I'm 01 graduated. LeBron came in 03.
Correct. He came at 03. That's the lowest point per game. Basically, we've seen in modern NBA, one of the lowest. 103. It goes a bit lower the year later, then it's starting to go up. And obviously nowadays, and that's actually an argument for you. Nowadays it's 114.
The point per game.
So like nowadays it's much easier to score, basically. Teams on average score like 10 points, 8 points more per game than in Mike's era. But I don't think that these arguments that people love throwing around in ESPN and other media channels that like, oh, people played more defense back then. That's just a myth.
How much can you compare to more 3-point shots hit to okay, the game is a lot faster.
Yeah.
They in the 80s they come down, set the play up. Now today the point guard will come down and jack a 3 the first shot of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. The pace is very high nowadays.
Huh?
The pace is very high nowadays. It was, however, extremely high in Michael Jordan's peak. The pace was extremely high. It took a little dip.
Less 3-point shots then, right?
I don't have the stats 3 points attempt per game.
Per game, right? I'm sure they did because man, it was about getting to the rack. That's why you was getting hacked hard. But I'm sure like and this is just a guess because I'll be looking at the stats of 3 points per game. The average 3 points per game attempt is like, and I'm gonna give you this is off GP because I'll be looking at it like it's about 30, bro. 32, 33 attempts somewhere. It's somewhere like that every game. The average is 32, 33.
Nowadays?
Sometime like 40. Huh?
Nowadays?
Yeah, I'm telling you, I see it. It's about the average should be like, it's probably about 30 3-pointers a game.
3 points attempts. There I have it. Okay. So, yeah, let me have a look. All right. So, we talking Mike time, right? So, let me go all the way back to, wow, man. Wow, that's crazy. Wait. So, 1985, when Mike gets to the league, right? The league is attempting on average 3.1 threes a game.
3.1.
You know how much it is today?
And it was closer. The 3-point line was closer.
Nowadays, this season, it's 34 point.
I know. I told you it's 30 something for sure. That was a minimum 30 because I'd be looking.
Yeah, well, that's not LeBron's fault that analytics made the game more fun to watch and more efficient.
Actually, the Lakers is not attempting. They probably one of the lowest attempting threes teams.
I don't know, but
25.
They have one of the worst shooting percentage this season.
Sure, I'd seen that. Said they're like 7th, I think, in threes. I mean
7th from last, maybe.
Oh yeah, 7th from last.
Maybe less from last.
They're horrible, bro. But the Pelicans went like 9 for like 30 in threes or something terrible, and the Lakers was like 17 for like 38 or something, 35 something. They shot great.
Yeah, let me give it to you. So the Lakers are 26th in the league.
For threes.
Yeah, correct.
Attempts, how much they averaging?
They're averaging 34.3 per game.
Attempts.
No. How many attempts? I don't know. They're averaging 34%.
But they show the percent. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, The top team in 3 points is actually Brooklyn, Oklahoma City, Phoenix, Milwaukee, Miami, Indiana, New York.
Nah.
All these teams are like 37% and above,
But
nearing
wait,
40% from three.
let me off topic. Did you see the Laker game against Pelicans?
I did.
Zion Williams looks like a fat chicken out there. I mean, it was like he tired, but like he really looked, and he still got his little bounce, but like stop playing him, get him out the game. Like
That's so sad. That's honestly so sad. And
it is. He's the number one pick. He been hurt. Now he back. I hope he get in shape, bro, because he's unstoppable. He's like a Charles Barkley, a little taller with bounce.
let me ask you something because actually he looked good in those first minutes. He was getting a few offensive rebounds. He got a few bunnies. I thought he was like an energizer. Then he took him out in the first quarter. I don't know why. Probably because he needed a rest. But let me ask you this, Jason. So I remember Zion's first game. I watched it live. And Zion makes his first 4 3-pointers. I don't know if you remember that.
No, that was his first game back off the injury, right?
Back the first game ever in the NBA.
In his first game.
First game ever. He takes 4 3-pointers.
Okay.
He makes all 4 of them. The crowd goes bonanza.
No, he can do everything. But like
So wait. Let me ask you this because the way LeBron killed. So what? I've actually watched a few analytics about this game, and the thing that killed Zion is the fact that LeBron is guarding Zion, right?
their first game was against the Cavs or Lakers.
I'm talking the game now that the Pelicans lost to Lakers, right?
This last game. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's his name? Valanciunas is coming for a pick and roll, and Valanciunas is guarded by AD, right? So like they get the switch, and now AD is on Zion. That's not exactly what you want to get. And LeBron was just stepping back the way Simmons was guarded in the playoffs 2-3 years ago. So where did his shot go? And that's what I want to ask you as a professional basketball player.
Bro, that nigga's tired. He's partying all night. You know what? He's so strong. This is AD's body. It could be bent. It could be broken. Zion should attack AD. He's fat. He's out of shape, bro. He's on Instagram with this girl, Instagram whore pregnant. Come on, man. He's smiling. Dude, the nigga look like 300 pounds. And like, it's just like, and he played 35 minutes, had 13 points. He didn't want the ball. He bringing it up. Bro, I respect Zion. He's like, he would be like a Charles Barkley. Like, he's faster. He could jump high, but like, he do look gassed, like they say. He looked tired. I mean, the NBA game is what, 48 minutes, 12, right?
Jason.
12. He looks gassed out there, bro. He looks cheeks, McDonald's. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
I'm a Zion supporter. I'm sorry, Zion. Get in shape, bro.
I mean, that was the general take on TNT. That's what everyone said.
He do, though.
But let me ask you this again, okay? I want to go back to that. How do you make your first 4 threes in the NBA ever, and then you just kind of stop attempting them?
Because
you're too scared?
You was before the game getting some shots up. And so you get the rotation down before the game. Before the game, I always used to get shots up. So it gets your shot right. But then fatigue kick in. Once you get tired, the muscle memory kind of change a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to run, your muscle memory changing. When you get tired, if you're not in repetition and not in shape, then your muscle memory is changing. And you're not going to shoot the same shots, even if you're wide open. The first few shots come from because you've been getting the shots up before the game. Once you get tired, it's changing. You can't even shoot right anymore. And that's being in shape, bro. It's being in the best conditioning.
Is he even attempting threes this season? I mean, it's 33% this season.
He's still jumping, but like he's not even. Zion is underachieving. I'm gonna say it like that. He's to be a number 1 pick where he was at. He's supposed to be healthy. He's underachieving, and that's not hating. He is right now.
So first season he comes into the league, he's averaging 43% from 3.
Nah, he was balling. He didn't take that many, but the ones he did, he had games where he was hot and he was hitting them.
Correct. Second season he's averaging 29, and then third season, like last year, he's averaging 37, 36, almost 37.
This year is his 3rd season or 4th season?
That's his 4th.
And I can't even. How many? He didn't play what?
Oh, he played.
Games?
Check this out.
He played 82 games in 4 years.
Check this out, Jason. You're right. You're very right. You're very on point here because even with Ja's suspension, because they went in the same draft, right? Even with Ja's suspension, he has 100 games more than Zion Williamson. 100 games more, and how many? Oh, wait for that. How many playoffs games does Zion have, and how many does Ja has?
Pelicans ain't been to the playoffs, bro.
They've been this 2 years ago against the Phoenix
First
Suns.
round.
They took them
First
to
round, right.
they took them to 6 games. Alvarado was giving CP3 a hard time. Zion played no playoff games in his career. Ja already played 19.
John Morant changed the whole franchise. Now look what they doing. They horrible. They losing. That's sad though. And Steven Adams is gone too though.
Yeah,
Steven Adams is a big part of the team.
yeah.
But it's kind of sad. John Morant look like you want to. Who's the niggas he hanging with? Like, why y'all keep posting this nigga showing the gun? Who is the guys he hanging with? That's the question. He got in trouble showing one gun now, and 2 times he's showing a gun. And
That's just awkward at this point. That's just awkward.
yeah, is it like, man, what is going on? That's a whole nother story.
I mean, you're making so much money, like just
Dog, he done brought his dad a house right now. They got 2 big mansions. Like, dude, what are you doing?
I'm super sad for the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm super sad because
Man, dog, he was the franchise, but Steven Adams is going to. So I would say right now, if they have Morant,
they have Jason. You forget that Clark is gone as well. Brandon Clark.
Yeah.
They're basically out 2 centers.
Bro, what's his name? This 6'11". No, he's a baller. Jackson.
Yeah, they got Jackson, which is not a good.
Morant, but they lost the guy to Houston now. I don't know why they shouldn't have traded him. Was it because of his grabbing LeBron's balls that they traded him?
Dylan Brooks.
What's his name?
Dylan Brooks. He wants people to think like a very competitive spirit, and obviously, I'm kind of happy for him, to be honest. Like, it seemed like his career was almost over, the way he kind of was jumping over his own height last year with like talking against Braun and like thinking he's gonna,
I mean, you know what? It's the NBA. You know what? Like, when you look at the NBA as an outsider perspective, you would actually think all these guys are friends. It's not. It's still competitive. When I was it's still, these guys they know each other, but they don't. They still getting paid to compete at the highest level. So it's still competitive.
I would say some of them even hate each other.
Everybody look like friends.
I think the hate Russell Westbrook had to Patrick Beverley, after he torn his meniscus, that was true hate right there. I mean, Pat Bev talked about it in one of his podcasts that he got life threats from Oklahoma fans.
God, they're not friends in the NBA. We just see them all on TV, but like these guys competing they get millions of dollars to build their bodies and work on their game and compete against the next man. That's a whole nother aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? Of the NBA.
And if I'm LeBron, I hate KD so badly. I cannot even describe. I hate KD myself, and I'm not even LeBron himself, but like the man like single-handedly like ruined LeBron's legacy, in my opinion.
KD, how?
How? The NBA was set up in a perfect way. You had like 3 powerhouses in the West. You had San Antonio, Oklahoma, and obviously the Warriors, who just won a championship, just lost to Braun in the 2016 finals. You had the Cleveland Cavaliers in the East. You had the Raptors, who were kind of making noise. You had, can't remember if Atlanta was still relevant. The Celtics were up there, like getting up there. I mean,
you mean when they beat Cleveland, but LeBron had the greatest win when Kyrie hit them shots.
Absolutely, and that's what I'm trying to say. Like, LeBron has at least one more ring, in my opinion, if KD doesn't do the weakest move in NBA history by a superstar.
Bro, that's not weak. Come on. He said
that's not weak? Jason Perry, that's not weak?
KD, obviously before he joined them, he went to like some practices. KD words was this. He said, man, they playing real basketball. KD is a shooter. KD is a scorer. The plays was to get Curry off. I understand KD. Okay. You go to the best team, the shooters. But KD is a shooter, a scorer. What happened? These niggas, they win of course they win the championship.
Jason Perry, you should be ashamed of yourself. Do you have a middle name? If you would have a middle name, I would say the entire name.
Did you hear?
What's your middle name, Jason?
They playing real basketball, man.
What's your middle name, Jason?
Jason Allen Perry.
Jason Allen Perry, you should be ashamed of yourself. You can understand Kevin Durant.
Yop.
Should I remind you that Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook had one of the best teams in the NBA. They were up 3-1 against the same Warriors team that he elected joining.
They were young, man.
They weren't young anymore? KD was like 7 years in the league.
I know Westbrook, but no, they were young mentality. Both of these guys just put the ball up, score hoops. That's it. Ibaka was probably the most advanced player on that squad. So
I mean, I understand, but you cannot tell me that he could not win with this team. You could not tell me he had a complete bag of peanuts as a team.
I'm gonna tell you like this: the only player that won a team off just one scorer was Michael Jordan. He
Okay.
didn't play defense.
Well, we're all in on the KD stuff now. Are you telling me like this? Here's my take, right? One chip in Oklahoma would worth more than the two he got with the Warriors, and even if he wins another one with Phoenix or he would have won with Brooklyn or any other super team that he has created after that, give me one in Oklahoma that would worth more. And you know what? If you think Westbrook is not the right teammate, hey, sign the Supermax. Get them to trade Westbrook. Like, I don't know, man.
It's clear KD, let's just be honest. KD can't carry a team.
Nah, he cannot.
Even now, he started even past more. A few games, he had like 8 or 9 assists. KD, you can't carry a team off scoring unless, like, if you had a KD and LeBron together, that would be a little different. That would be crazy. But a KD, he can't carry a team just off getting his buckets. I seen like, and actually
He can. I mean, he carried that Brooklyn team almost to the conference finals.
shots, like the last few games, the amount of shots he took and the amount he actually made was okay. In the beginning of the season, I seen one game he was like 11 for like 30. I said, damn, that's terrible. You're not going to win 11 for 30. You're the main scorer. No chance. Just like Jokic, bro. Jokic, this 9 for 32, but he still had 22 points in a triple-double. But, like, they lost. 9 for 32. Can you imagine taking 32 shots and only hit 9?
All right. So I don't even want to go into the KD bashing of you saying he cannot.
That's a lot of misses, bro.
I understand. I don't even want to go into this KD can carry a team and whatnot, even though
I'm just like, bro, that's just facts.
Here's what I want to say, right? So the year before KD leaves Oklahoma, right? The top scorers in the league are Steph Curry with 30.1, James Harden averaging 29, which by the way, Oklahoma should have never let go. But we'll get to that in another podcast because that's a whole other topic. KD was averaging 28.2, right? Here's my point that I want to make. The Oklahoma City were so freaking good that they could have gotten let me throw you someone here, all right? They could have gotten a LaMarcus Aldridge or a Reggie Jackson who was averaging 19 points per game or a Chris Middleton who was averaging 18 points per game in the 2016 season. We're talking the season KD left Oklahoma. Reggie Jackson was on the Pistons, I think, right? Yeah, on the Pistons. Yeah, it's not even the point. I'm just trying to say the Oklahoma City Thunder were one player away from advancing to the NBA Finals again. One player away. Throw in like Ferguson and 2 draft picks and get one of these top 40 scorers on your team. Get a Drew Holiday who was averaging 17 and a defensive stopper. Get JJ Redick. Get JJ Redick to shoot open threes. Because everybody knows they were not shooting the ball well those last 3 games they lost to.
That's the future look of certain people who say they are building a franchise. Sometimes you're wrong. Sometimes it takes longer. That's just the bottom line.
All I want to say is KD leaving this amazing Oklahoma City team is the weakest move by a superstar in NBA history.
But what have they been since KD until now?
The Thunder?
Yes.
What do you want him to be? He left them in free agency. He didn't even do like a sign and trade like he was kind enough to do with the Warriors. He just walked away, left them with nothing. He didn't like playing with Russell Westbrook. He gave up, by the way, he gave up a lot of money in leaving the Thunder because you know how it works, like the team that gets to pick you gets to pay you more than other teams, right? That's the bird rights. So when he left in free agency, he gave up his bird rights. So he could have gotten more money by doing a sign and trade, right? That's what he did with Golden State. He did a sign and trade. Golden State gets, what's his name?
Iguodala.
No. When they traded KD to Nets, they got in return D'Angelo Russell, which they end up, correct, sir. They end up flipping him for Andrew Wiggins, who ends up helping them win a chip, which he could have been kind enough to do for the Oklahoma City Thunder, the organization that elected him and believed in him for 7 years.
Russell was too
Take your camera up.
Was too slow for Golden State. I mean, everybody can't come off the pick and just shoot that 3. But you see how Russell get off one-on-one. Wow.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he was a good fit for the Warriors, who had a an amazing backcourt with obviously the greatest shooters of all time. But do you see my point here about KD?
I see the point you're trying to make.
Like, you
but
cannot be up 3-1 and then join them. It's like LeBron joining the Celtics those years he couldn't beat them.
man, he went where he felt comfortable in the offense. Trust me, if he felt some type of way and he joining two guys that could average 30, and then that would be challenging alone.
I can't even count those rings. Those rings don't count. They won one after he left.
Dog, if Golden State traded Klay Thompson, KD would be happily join them.
Right. We would be having a whole other debate. They had three Hall of
You know what I
Famers
mean?
in their primes. Three Hall of Famers in their primes, the greatest shooter of all time. They were the best team in history when he joined them. They were the best regular team season in 73-9. Sorry, 73-9.
They beat the Bulls record.
Bro, all I'm saying is like, it's okay, KD, when you went to Nets and tried to build your own thing, when you go to the Phoenix Suns, when you're trying to build your own thing. It's not okay when you leave the team that basically believed in you and you go to the team that just knocked you out in a very humiliating fashion, being up 3-1.
I'm not gonna lie, Ralph. You coming from the owner's standpoint. If you just not feeling the move they make and they promise you something, like, yeah, James Harden calling Daryl Morey a liar, the way he called it out, that's like, no, why you would say that? But obviously he felt some type of way. And yeah, I mean, we as fans, we have a certain type of perspective, but I don't know. Personally, I didn't care about KD. Like, did I think he bandwagoned the Warriors to get a championship? No, not
Come
at
on.
all. I didn't think that was about that. He just went to a team that he felt comfortable in the offense. But once he got there, he seemed like he met Draymond Green and was like, nigga, you're not going to be on this team. You're not going to be the man of this team.
Did the Warriors win a championship before KD and after KD? Yes, they did.
Won 3 of them before KD, right?
Sorry?
They won 3 chips before.
No. They won one before KD. Then they lost in the finals to the Cavs. And then hops, KD joins them. And then the league was basically ruined for 3 years. Ended up being 2 years because Klay and KD both went out in this final series against the Raptors.
The Warriors ruined the league, period, with the 3-point shooting. It's not even entertaining that much, but
I would softly. Yeah, that's a whole nother topic. I would softly disagree, and I say softly because obviously you've been watching the NBA for more years than I have. But I do think that if you go back now and you do watch those 90s like worst years or even early 2000 when scoring was at an all-time low, and like I think you have like one playoff game of like the Spurs versus the Lakers and the score is like 78-76 or something,
but it was more of a big man battle. Like,
yeah, but you cannot,
like, you had better big men and you had better 2 and 3 guards.
Absolutely. And the rules were allowing the defense to do more than the rules allow the defense to do nowadays.
I mean, you ain't even gotta play D Reese.
Correct, but let me tell you this, like as a fan, all right, would I prefer to see nowadays the Indiana Pacers torch 130 points per game? 123, whatever. Or would I rather see this digging fight between the Spurs and the Lakers, scoring like scratching to get to 70, 80, or 90 points? I'm telling you, as a guy who watched EuroLeague most of his life, I've been watching EuroLeague since I was like 8, and it is painful to watch sometimes. Painful.
You saying as a fan watching on TV or as a fan at the game? I've been to a couple of games, NBA, and you know, to see them battle in real personal and then to see it on TV, it's kind of 2 different feelings.
So let me ask you this. What is your take about, for example, the take foul? Do you know the take foul that like, so they implemented since last season that if...
Yeah, when you need a timeout or what?
No. So like if you, Jason, if you get the ball and you're running straight to the basket and you have a clear path, that's the clear path foul. And if like a guy like fouls you to stop the offense like they used to, it used to be just a regular foul.
Now they will let you shoot.
Now I think you get 1 free throw and possession. So the goal was to not prevent fast breaks, which is one of the most exciting thing in an NBA game. Like that's where you get the highlights. That's where you get the 360s. That's where you get the, you know.
But now they hating. If you up 20 and you do that at the end of the game, no, you know what? I'm gonna stump you. My junior college coach said, shake their hand when you beat them, but say hi. We just fucked you up. We played better than you that game. I'm a fan of that. Like, dude, why not? We beat you. Why it's got to be professional? Oh, I can't do a dunk. I mean, that's getting off a topic. But that subject right there, I'm a fan. No, they gonna do a 360. We just play hard. We beat y'all. We practice harder than y'all. Why can't we show off? No, I'm a fan of the extra curriculum stuff when we know we beat y'all.
I'm
Competitor. That's how you like. Nah, why not?
I accept your criticism, and I think the league might actually take a step back from allowing so much freedom to offense because it is getting a little bit out of control, and it is getting so easy to score because players are getting so much better at shooting the threes, and because the rules are like banned in a way to help the offense more than it is to help the defense, obviously.
Yeah, that's true, bro. That's really true.
It is a question, however, of ratings, right? Because the NBA is a product at the end of the day. And if your product is getting more viewership because hey, people are scoring like crazy and that sells more tickets and that brings more ratings, then the NBA is going to continue bending the rules towards the offense. But I totally see where you coming from, being like, like a veteran of the game and like remembering how hard it was to actually get a basket and kind of hating on this. I understand. I get it.
Nah, it wasn't hard to get a basket. It's just more like now the game is a lot faster and a lot more threes. And like you said, like man, I never heard like you said it. They're getting a lot better at creating 3-point shots and making them. That's crazy. You put it exactly how it is. That's
Yeah.
perfect how you put it.
Back in the days, you could have like easily
A
two.
step back three, that wasn't even seen.
Yeah.
You know?
You used to have like back in the days, you could easily have two guys who would not even attempt a three in a game, and you would still have like a top five teams in the NBA. Nowadays, even if you're center, your freaking center can't shoot a three. He's called like, oh, he's clogging the paint. He doesn't give like driving lanes. He's a problem. He needs to learn how. Even Valanciunas is like a decent 3-point shooter. Jaren Jackson Jr.
He's
is
a decent post player. They don't even throw the ball down low though. When he do get it, he score it down low. Like his moves. But like you said it, the plays are not evolved and created for the big man to score down low. I see the way they run them. You got the big man, he kinda up top too. Bro, on the NBA 2K, I want to bring a video game, but all the plays, even 4 out, are 4 people around, and the big man not even down low. He's kind of out too. I was like, they changing the whole game for a 3-point shooter. And like you said, it might be ratings. They Europeanized the game. It might be like it's even open. Yeah, it's a shooter's game now.
I do think though it's a good thing because like when you see Steph Curry, he's maybe one of the shortest superstars the league has had. And I don't know, he had Isaiah Thomas. I'm not sure what was his height, but like
No, Curry is 6'3". He's like a little shorter than me.
yeah, but I mean like he's not MJ or LeBron or
Yeah, he don't have to do it.
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like you ask if it's good for the league. I think that it gives the hope for any slightly tall guy that he can make it to the league if he just shoots well enough. That's a good thing for the game in general. Telling those young boys that hey, if you shoot it well enough, you don't have to be the tallest guy or the block shots or whatever, be most aesthetic,
No, you said it perfect, bro. I never heard somebody say it like that. They're getting better at creating moves to shoot the three. You said, I was like, man, that's true though. Like, and that's what it's being built off.
I'm actually gonna look at 3-point percentage throughout the years. So yeah, I mean, if you look at MJ's year, like when he gets into the league is shooting an average of 28% from three, right? It goes up, it goes up, it goes up, it goes up. Then it kind of gets stuck around 30. It was like pretty high at 96. It was like 36%. Because I guess the players who were attempting were only like the greats.
But the players, even they wasn't practicing threes though. You know what I'm saying?
Nowadays, this season and last season, it's 36%. So like that's teams average per season, right? This year, teams averaging 36% from the 3-point line. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, right, to get to 100 points, you need to make 33 threes, right?
Yeah.
33 threes, you need 50 to get to 100 points.
You get 17, 18, 19, sometime 20. So you was get 130 points.
Yeah, it is understood. And by the way, there are suggestions to make the 3-point line even further.
Do that. You know what? But that's putting less work. You know what they're doing when they go to practice? You're lifting weights and you just shooting threes. That's like Dylan Brooks. It looks like he just lift weights and shoot threes and run.
Hey, let me give you that, right? I'm a pretty short dude, like playing in some of the best
Bro, I seen you. You got buffed though. The last time I seen you out, you been lifting, huh?
but playing in some of the best pickup courts that Zurich has. Me without a 3-point line, I'm like completely irrelevant. But put me with a 3-point line where we play with when 3 is a 2 obviously and a 2 is a 1. Hey, that's worth twice as more, and I can make them on a decent rate. You know what I mean? That actually opens up the game for more people to enjoy it.
No, I feel you. I think that was the whole plan though. You know what I'm saying? For like
The 3-point line, yeah.
it's leagues, the guys that run it, and yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's why everything that happened before the 3-point line is taken with a grain of salt in the context of the greatest players and whatever. And like the whole history basically starts after the introduction of the 3-point line.
I mean, the three greatest players, LeBron, Kobe, and Jordan, ain't shooting no threes. So
Yeah.
I mean, not that they didn't shoot, but you know, I was a big fan when you say great players. I was a big fan of like I would put them position wise, you know, not just greatest players in history.
All right, give us your top 5 off your head, and we're gonna, you know.
All right, yeah, we can end it there. I'm getting tired. Top 5 players of all time.
Or give me your starting 5, not top 5 players, but starting
All right,
5.
I give you.
You need to win an NBA game, right? You have one
Okay,
chance.
I will give you a starting 5. I will come with point guard Baron Davis. See, I'm coming with some people like you. Like, who the hell is Baron Davis? He was dope in the '90s, No, point guard. I'm gonna come with Penny Hardaway. That's kind of I don't know, before your time.
Magic Johnson?
Number 2, no, I'm not coming. Penny was a better Magic.
I know Penny. He was running with Shaq. Those early Shaq years in Orlando.
Penny was dope. He was
He
just
was a
hurt a lot.
great player. I would never put him over Magic Johnson. Carry on, please.
I'm coming with Penny. I'm coming with McGrady at the 2. I ain't even put Jordan. I'm coming with my favorite players.
Okay, that's just your favorite players. Obviously,
These are my
that's not-
favorite players.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. I want to hear your favorite players. I want to hear your favorite players.
Grady, Vince Carter, Kevin Garnett, and Shaq.
Well,
Now you notice none of them players are playing now
it's pretty clear that you're an 80s kid and you've watched these players.
because now let me give you my new age players too. My starting 5.
Go ahead.
I have to do that. Point guard now, I'm rolling with Steph Curry. But I mean, the nigga shoot too much. I didn't like the 3-point game. But all right, give me Steph at the 2. Give me
CP at 1.
nah, CP at 1. I can't even give you these guys. Let me start from the center to the point guard.
Go ahead.
Give me Jokic. Give me Giannis at the 4. At the 3, I got LeBron. At the 2, I got Jalen from Celtics.
Jalen Brown?
I like his game because he dunk on you too. You just see this nigga dunk on these guys. Like at the 1, give me De'Aaron Fox.
Wow. I got so many problems with
That's a weird starting lineup for the new age, but
I love it how controversial and terrible your list is. Wait, so I'm gonna wait, so is it new age or this season?
that was like the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. Like last season, this season, right? Okay, I'm gonna give you mine for the last like season and a half, right? Season and a quarter. Jokic at center, agreed. Giannis at 4, agreed. Luka Doncic, just gonna put him there.
Or the 1.
Wait, I'm gonna take Luka. I'm gonna take Steph, and according to recent findings, I'm going to put Tyrese Halliburton there, or LeBron James. It's kind of hard for me as a LeBron fan to put him out of it, and he does not really show like he's slowing down. But yeah, now
Let's do one more, a fantasy.
one more fantasy. I'm gonna give my top 5. Are we doing top 5 players? Can I do just like a top 5 team?
Okay, like you can't name 5 centers and say that's my fantasy squad.
Okay, no. So I want to build a squad that actually makes sense positions wise.
Maybe you can make 2 centers at 5 and 4. I don't know, but yeah,
All right. So I got
you gotta have at least a point, a shoot,
yeah.
and a small forward, and 2 centers.
All right. So obviously I got Magic Johnson at point guard. I got MJ as the 2, I guess. I got LeBron James as the 3. I think I'm putting Larry Bird at 4. Watched a few games. I was looking up a bit into his stats. Like He would just make sense around those guys. And obviously 5, I think I'm putting Shaq.
How could you not put Shaq? Come on.
I have to
Shaq
put
was the
Shaq.
most dominant center. But all right, I'm gonna try to not pick the same players. So at the 5, I'm coming with Olajuwon. At the 4, I'm coming with a Duncan. At the 3, I'm coming with
You can say LeBron James. That's fine.
no, I'm gonna come with.
You're trying to win. You're not trying to be like special, you know.
At the 3, I'm coming with Grant Hill.
Okay.
At the 2, I'm coming with McGrady. And at the 1, I'm coming with, we're going to throw LeBron at the 1.
Respect. My team would respectfully destroy your team, but that's fun.
All right, let's play NBA 2K.
We do that. We should do that.
Sure.
Hey, man, this has been definitely one of our greatest pods.
Yeah, for sure, man. We talking about 30 minutes.
I've
been enjoying this. I think we've been on since 11:30.
I think there is a lot of good content here. Hey, the game is about to start in 1.5 hours.
You got the NBA pass?
Yeah, I do. I got the league pass. And yeah, that was all for today for the Buzzer Beater podcast. I hope you all enjoyed. If you made it this far, which I doubt, but if you did, please drop a like and subscribe. Me and Jason are going to meet up tomorrow and going to do a live face-to-face podcast, so stick around for more. We're going to be breaking down the Pacers versus Lakers game that is going to happen in 1.5 hours. So stick around, and that is all for today.
Yo, holler at us, Rafa JP podcast. Get active with us. Let's go.
Let's go.